finally closing out a game against a team that's like pretty hot and doing really well, and they're in second place right now. For me, that's big because we closed the Chicago game out like we won at the end, but we did a lot wrong in the fourth quarter. We lucked up really getting out of there with a win. So it's nice to see that we had to make a big comeback against a very good team, and we closed it out. It feels great. I mean, that first half wasn't pretty though, so I wouldn't say we were clicking to start. But I think that's the thing about us. Like, I think it's dangerous when we figure it out and we start rolling. We're a very good team, but like we have to understand what gets us to that point. And so, like, yeah, I said it in a joking way, but we all know like there's some real seriousness to it. We've tricked off a lot of games this season, and so it's nice to see us do things together and feel how that feels. And the plan is to have carryover from now on.
That game. Coach Hughes talked about the defense carrying the fouls. And she also said that she played great minutes. And we also, the defensive staff you got, we drew the offensive foul. Can you talk about your defensive mindset and veteran leadership from you and the rest of the team and how that impacted the Aces?
To just pressure the ball, full court, like slow the other team down, make it easier for my teammates behind me, be vocal, help us all be on the same page, and like have that like fire to have pride and stopping the person in front of you. Like, no, we won't every possession. It's basketball. It's gonna be a lot of mistakes, but it's the way that we make them. It's the way that we win or lose that's important to us, like not the final result. And so for me, it was very like uplifting to see us do things the right way in that second half.
So, you guys clearly your season clearly. But you guys.
What do you mean by season?
I mean, you got experience. That's what I mean. What I'm saying is that I wanted with the situation tonight, especially tonight, with a team that's been in this position before, been down the stretch. How much does it help this team being that you've been in this position?
Yeah.
Because some teams they crack.
Right.
Some teams in the position you've been in before you run Win Street,
yeah,
it might keep going down the hill. But you guys have experienced players. Right. You guys also have players that have been in this position before you guys have from the chairs. How much does that help them, especially in games like this?
I think it helped a lot, just like the confidence that our players have individually and what we have like together as a team. But I think we've seen a lot of times this season that our defense wasn't solid, and like our defense affects our offense. We say that all the time, and us finally closing out a game against a team that's like pretty hot and doing really well, and they're in second place right now. For me, that's big because we closed the Chicago game out like we won at the end, but we did a lot wrong in the fourth quarter. We lucked up really getting out of there with a win. So it's nice to see that we had to make a big comeback against a very good team, and we closed it out.
All right, let's close it out with two from the Zoom. Callie, followed by Matthew.
Thanks for the like, Katie.
Yeah.
Sid, it seemed like obviously there was a scary moment there where Asia was limping across the court, and it looked like you said something to her that made her laugh. Can you shed some light on that moment and just that exchange?
Dang, Kelly. She want to know all the inside scoop. Nothing like that's that South Carolina toughness or something. I said 803.
Okay, South Carolina toughness. And then my second question was
803.
What was that?
803. The area code.
South Carolina's area code is 803.
Okay, you made me forget my second question. I can't remember what I was going to say.
Kelly.
Matthew, what do you got? We'll see if Kelly can remember it.
What's going on, Sid? You talk about all the time when you come into the game, you just want to be fiery, put pressure on people. You did it again tonight, came in, got stops. I want to know, where does that come from? Where does that energy and love for defense and just coming in wanting to get stops, where does that come from for you?
Wanting to win. Wanting to individually stop who's in front of me and wanting to do the right things for my team, honestly. Like, that's most important. I really don't care very much about scoring, which is why I'm not known as a scorer. But like, that's the part for me that gets me riled up. Like when we can stop somebody, I'm like, that's super frustrating for the other team. Like I like that. I like us being tough in that way. A lot of people can hit a lot of shots. Not a lot of people can stop people and do it as a team. So for me, that gets us going. Like that's where we get our juice, in my opinion.
All right, Callie, go ahead, and then I'm giving Sid $10 to answer your question, Nakaya.
Okay, I remember. So on the broadcast, they compared you to a closer in baseball, like a relief pitcher. It's like the best pitcher in the bullpen, but they only play to close a game. Is that something, a comparison that you've heard before? And what's your immediate reaction to that?
No, I've never heard that comparison. I used to like this show on TNT called The Closer though, and so I like it. Thanks for telling me, Kelly.
One day you'll answer one of my questions in a serious manner.
Yes, ma'am. Waiting for it.
Nakaya.
Just a quick for Sid. I actually want to touch on the offense. For you, as someone that can get 2 feet in the paint pretty much whenever you want to, how do you balance calling your own number and staying aggressive and making sure you're a threat while, feeding the rest of your teammates?
I just do what the offense is giving me. Like they wanted me to take that three. I drove and turned it over. So then in hindsight, yeah, I should have taken that three. But yeah, man, I don't get out there and call my own number. I just do what I do what the team needs and try to help make the offense flow.
Got you. Appreciate you.
Thanks a lot, everybody. We'll see you all in New York on Sunday, 1 o'clock Pacific time on ESPN.
Looking up.